You can start right now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. We're glad you came. I'm going to get started here. And in our new tradition we started last month, we'll begin with Pledge of Allegiance. We have our own flag for the club now. Jim's going to lead us. Rise for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll be on next week.
From the courthouse or something.
I sit next to Bruce at breakfast almost every week. And like I say, when the hair left, so did the memory. So there we go. Well, we got a few things to visit about this morning. So first off, we have some new visitors here who've not been with us before. And we'd like to have them be introduced. Let's start with Carl.
My name is Carl Ackman, Kilo 7 Charlie, November Echo. I'm actually from Washington State. My wife made me move back to Utah here a while ago. She said she had lived there for 40 years. It was her turn. But anyway, I've been involved in, well, I've been a ham for many years. The last 7 years or so, I really haven't been terribly active, and I wanted to get active again. I heard you were a good group, so.
Well, thank you. You've got a great group here. We appreciate it. We also have Orson.
Orson Porter. I grew up here in Porterville, Utah, and then I spent most of my adult life outside the state. And I just want you to know that you can tell your wife she did you a real good turn back out here. I have spent some time there in Washington, D.C. In 24. I spent 5 months as a political prisoner back there. And I want you to know there's a lot of advantages of living in the West.
By the way, that's Washington State.
Oh, Washington.
Although I used to live.
Well, you tell her I shouldn't have said anything.
No, you should have.
Orson, remind us of your call sign.
Say what?
Remind us of your call sign.
N9YLK.
Thank you. Others who are visiting or here for the first time?
Hi, I'm Richard Ellis, Kilo 7 Bravo Hotel India. I think I had my license probably for about 3 or 4 years now, just kind of dipping my toes into the water. So I've been an Ogdenite for all my life, so just wanted to see what you got going.
Great. Thank you. Anybody else?
I'm fairly new. I was here last month. Delray Anderson, N7CBN, Charlie Bravo November, or couldn't be nicer. I lived in Tremonton for a while. My kids all moved to North Ogden, so we were driving to North Ogden to help out with kids and things about 3 or 4 times a week, so we decided to move there. Actually in Pleasant View is where I live now. Been there for just a few years. Finally got my ham radio stuff unpacked from the move from Tremonton and started getting into the hobby again. So it's been nice meeting with you guys.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to introduce themselves who haven't been here for a while? All righty. Have you had anybody who's had a license upgrade since the last time we met? Probably not, because the FCC's been closed and you couldn't. All right. And by the way, I'm checking the website daily. They're still down. Hopefully next week. All right. Let's see here. Next month is our annual club Christmas party over at the City Buffet in Roy, 5 o'clock. Bring an inexpensive gift in for a gift exchange, and we buy our own dinner and we have a good time. So please come. And
What day is that?
it will be the third Saturday of December, and
The 20th.
probably the 20th, if that's the third Saturday. We always meet on the third Saturday.
Okay.
Hello. So for those who are newer to us, we have a website. It is Ogden ARC, Ogden Amateur Radio Club, ogdenarc.org. You can get a lot of information there. We also have a Facebook group for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club. And we keep a lot of information out there, so that'll help you keep current with us. If you need help programming radios or need any information at all, Stan is our grandfather Elmer. I'm one of his little Elmers who helps once in a while, but we'd love to help you. Talk to us after if you need. We will have license classes again. In fact, I just finished a couple, but in January, we will be doing a technician class, so if you know folks, let them know that that's coming up. Every time I teach a class, I get people calling me about the third weekend when I got 1 week left saying, when's your next class? So try and get them here early. All righty, we have some club opportunities. Contrary to some popular belief, the club is not the president. The club is all of you. And I appreciate everybody who helps us out. We have 2 things that are kind of pressing needs right now that we need some help with. And if you're interested, talk to me after. I'm not looking for volunteers to raise their hand right now. The first one is we need a sergeant at arms to care for our flag. That means making sure it comes to our events, inviting people to do the pledge for us, and making sure that it's protected. Now, our events are usually every third Saturday. We're going to be somewhere. We'll either be here, we'll be at Field Day, we'll be at our steak fry in August, we'll be out at Golden Spike in May. So that's the commitment.
We're going to take it to the Christmas dinner too, or
yes,
omit it?
No, it's coming with us. Everywhere we go, the flag should be there, and we will do the pledge. I feel strongly it's the least we can do to honor sacrifices that have been made in this room for our country. And there are not a few. And not just military, but community, helping neighbors. We are a service organization after all. And I think it helps us to remember. We have another need for a deputy treasurer for our club. The assignment for this position will be to help us better automate our ability to receive funds through using the Square type program. So if you have some bookkeeping experience, if you have a little bit of technology experience, that would be really helpful. You'd need to be able to help us procure one, set it up. We've done some research on it, but we need someone that can just take care of that and help ease the burden for Jay, our treasurer, who's not here at the moment, and for Rick, who collects funds for our exam sessions, which is probably the greater need. When we have people registering for exams, it is possible to have a link into Square where they can pre-register, prepay, and that takes care of all of the financial stuff, and Rick doesn't have to worry about it at all, and he shouldn't have to. So that's...
Would there be expense to the club to subscribe to that service? Or what equipment would need to be bought?
We would need to buy the equipment. There's no subscription with the plan that we would use. There is a small percentage that they collect on each one, but it's pretty negligible, actually. We've looked at all of that. Alrighty. Is there any other business anybody wants to bring up before the club?
Can I make a motion?
Yes.
That if we have that flag and it comes to BE test sessions,
Yes.
then I think BE test session money should pay for that flag.
That flag is already procured and it was gifted to the club.
But the guy that procured it needs to be reimbursed.
If that were to happen, the guy that procured it would probably buy, the equipment for the square. Because that's more critical to
So it's just my suggestion. I mean,
we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, let's count those opposed again. How many were in favor again? Okay, motion fails to carry about 7-4. But I appreciate the idea. Okay, we're going to do a quick presentation here on ARRL, and then we will get to the main event. I think most of us understand that the ARRL is a national club. There's its mission and its vision. And the question is, what do they do for us? So they have their 5 pillars of public service. They advocate for us. They provide education. They have an extensive library that we can use if we want to do some study and learn about a few things. And of course, their membership is what helps them do those things. There's the library. It's free of charge to the amateur community. Now here's some online courses they offer. The first 3 are through their ARRL group. ARRL is actually an organization underneath the ARRL. And currently they have changed their education for ARRL. Today, the education for ARRL includes the basic MCOM and intermediate MCOM, and a soon to be announced, well, it's been announced, soon to be released, that's been soon to be released for your advanced MCOM, which I'm waiting to take. I've taken the other 2. They also offer PR 101 if you want to be a PIO for an event. And there is the URL to get into their course catalog. The basic and intermediate courses are much, much better than the last ones that they had, and I highly recommend them. And of course, if you go out to FEMA and do their training, we've all been encouraged to do 100, 200, 7, and 8. The 315 and 317 are actually how CERT relates to incident command, which is interesting. But there are so many others. I've got a book full of certificates from FEMA courses. I highly recommend you take the ones you're interested in. There's many. You can register and get a FEMA student ID, and you'll need that if you're taking the courses and want the certificate. If you passed a little quiz they have, which are pretty easy, then you can print out those certificates, and you can actually put into a state database called U-Train. That's where the state of Utah keeps track of the training that you've had for FEMA and other places. And the State Department or Division of Emergency Management is leaning more heavily towards that stuff right now. So what are the advantages for us as a member of ARRL if you choose to join? You now have digital QST and other magazines available to you in their archives as well as the current ones. There's the Learning Center, newsletters that come to us often, technical information service where you can call and get help if you've got a particular issue. They also have the ability to work with us if we're having an issue with an HOA. And of course awards. Many of you have done those. Gone out and done events and contests and gotten awards. For the local club, we benefit because we use their liability insurance and we get it fairly inexpensively, as long as we keep our club membership above 50% with ARRL membership. So we encourage you to join ARRL and help us maintain that advantage for the club. Current issues. The Spectrum Defense Fund. There's a couple of things going on right now with that. Probably one of the the least talked about and more important one to us is there are people trying to take on the 70 centimeter band. Now, about half the repeaters in Utah are 70 centimeter repeaters, including our repeater up on Mount Ogden. So when they start stepping on top of our bands, that's not a good thing for us. So they're working on that actively with legislation. They're also working to enact legislation to remove the restrictive HOA things that don't allow us to have antennas. That would allow us to have at least the same ability to put up antennas on our roofs as television reception and that kind of thing. So, there we go. Also, they're working on defending the 900 to 928 megahertz band. Most of you are probably aware that the 900 megahertz band is a battleground for everybody. Public safety was using it for a while. In Utah, they're now descended down to about 700 megahertz. They're on the new system for UCA now. Apparently they decided that you can't, and so they do the UCA. That's the end of ARRL, and I encourage everybody to take a look. Go out there. I'm out on their website quite often, and they do offer some advantages. We encourage you to join and to support them, which helps support our club. Yes?
Just an interesting side note, when we did research into our 100th anniversary of the club, were we in fact the Ogden Amateur Radio Club all this time? But we weren't. The ARRL did research and found that we had, for quite a number of years, it was called the Ogden Amateur Radio Operators Club. So they keep pretty good records too, so it's nice to have that back out.
Okay. Kent's our club historian. He knows more about our club than most have forgotten. And he's a good resource if you'd like to learn more.